What's up, Internet family? Coming up, there's something new at Gulf Island's National Seashore. Hear all about it. Plus, heavy travel expected for Easter weekend, what Alabama State Troopers have to say, and the person killed in last night's Sage Park shooting has been identified. We have those stories and more coming up. It's time for News 5 Now.
Brought to you by Green and Phillips, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Akivia McFarland, and this is News 5 Now. We get together every day at 5:30. We talk about the big stories that we're following for you at this hour. We talk about our question of the day and your answers to that question, and we also see how you voted in our Facebook poll. It's always a good time when we get together, so let's go ahead and kick things off, as we always do, with the big stories that we're following for you right now, beginning with number 5. As of today, 800 cases of measles have been reported, with 597 of those in Texas, where 2 children have died. There is 1 confirmed case in Florida and none in Alabama or Mississippi. However, the Alabama Department of Health did confirm an unvaccinated child with measles traveled through the state in March. Montana has reported 5 cases, the first in 3 decades. Number 4. Things have changed at Gulf Island's National Seashore. The Perdido Key Discovery Trail, alongside a small boat launch and parking lot, are now open. The trail is about a mile long, featuring handrails and bump outs for photo ops. We're sure to love that. And the boardwalk has been closed since 2020 due to damage from Hurricane Sally, so it's nice to have that back. Get out and enjoy that if that's for you. Number 3. The city of Foley is buying the parking lot at Highway 59 and Highway 98, a lot previously leased by the city. The city council says they will ensure public parking continues to be available downtown. The lot is on the west side of Highway 59, next to the Medical Museum. The mayor says the $250,000 purchase will save the city money as opposed to a lease. Number 2. The Alabama Law Enforcement Agency says it plans to see a rise in travel to the southern region of the state during Easter weekend and spring break. I'm sure that comes as no surprise to anyone. Because of this, they say traffic to and from your destination may be a little heavier and slower. They are encouraging travelers to be aware of what's happening on the roads as we enter into the busy travel season. Just today, there were 3 accidents that closed sections of the interstates and different parts of our area. So yes, plan ahead, be aware, and of course be careful when you're out there traveling on the roads. We want you to go and come back safely. And number 1, the woman shot and killed Thursday night at Sage Park has been identified as 28-year-old Frenika Craig. Craig died from her injuries at the hospital. A man was also injured during the shooting, but no information has been released about his condition. No arrests have been made. So there you go. Those are the big stories that we are following for you at this hour. And of course, stay tuned with WKRG, and we'll keep you updated on all your local news as the night goes on. But now it's time to shift gears and get into that question of the day. And here we go. This is the question that we ask. Does your school or workplace have an active shooter plan? And would you know what to do, God forbid, if there was an emergency? So that's the question. Let's go ahead and jump in, read a few answers, and see what you all have to say. All right, let's kick it off. All right. So Lisa Bachman says, my employer has a mandatory ALICE training module as part of our yearly compliance. Okay. Dustin Gibbs says, we should not have to do this. It's sad that this is happening. When I was a kid, nothing like this ever happened. And it's very true. It is very sad. This has become something that seems to happen so regularly in our country. And of course, this question comes on the heels of that mass shooting that happened at Florida State University, where 2 people were killed and other people were hurt. So our hearts go out to those victims and everyone involved and impacted by that. It's absolutely terrible. And of course, it's something that we would like to see not happen at all, but definitely not so often in our country. We're going to read just a few more of these and go through here. Grace Beth McMahon says, my employer actually does have an active shooter plan, and we've been through a few training sessions, and there are clear protocols posted around the office. It's one of those things you hope to never need, but it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. So thank you so much for your response there, Grace Beth. Hunter Dunaway says, absolutely, recurring training every year. Get out, hide out, take action. Thank you so much for that response. Just a couple of more here. It's looking like we're not seeing too many people say they don't have a workplace or a school where something's not in place, so that is good news. Let's see. Now, Hannah Nelson down here does say, my son's school hasn't even done a drill in 3 years. He has no clue what to do. So there are some instances of that. So hopefully that school, wherever your son goes to school, they do put something in place, because we can never know where these things may or may not happen. And we definitely want to be safe no matter what. So everybody, thank you so much for your responses to our question of the day. Let's go ahead and get into that Facebook poll now. Let's see what the question was. Would shark alerts on your phone make you feel safer at the beach? 56% of you say yes, 40% of you say no, and 4% of you say, I don't really have an opinion on that. And honestly, I can see why that number is kind of split. Of course, having a quick notification on your phone to tell you, hey, a shark's in the area, that could be very helpful, and I'm sure many people would use it. But for that other 40% who are like, no, it wouldn't really make me feel safer, is because we really need to be on our P's and Q's at all times when we're in the water, because it's the water. Sharks are always there, and a lot of us aren't paying attention to our phones when we're out there at the beach. A lot of us are just enjoying the sand, enjoying the water, so we're always just paying attention to our surroundings. So I can see why that answer is the way it is. And as for 4% of you that have no opinion, well, sometimes we just need to take some time to think these things through. So it's okay not to have an opinion right now, but again, it's one of those things where it'd be cool to have it, but of course, since we don't really have them at the moment, just make sure you're being safe when you're out there on the beach. So thank you all for participating in our Facebook poll. But now it's time for me to give you some homework like I always do. I got to send you away with something to do. Here's what I need you to do. Go ahead and like that WKRG Facebook page if you have not already. And go ahead and answer our next question of the day. What is your favorite Easter candy? Easter is coming up this weekend. That's a good question. And I hope you have some tasty baskets out there for those kiddos. And also vote in our next Facebook poll as well. This is what we want you to know. This is what we want you to vote on. Are you donating to stock the pantry? We have until the end of April to get all of those donations in to help children along the Gulf Coast who are going to need those meals during the summer when they're not in school to get that. So please help us stock the pantry. It would mean so much to all of us. So make sure you answer that question, vote on that poll. We'll be right back here on Monday to share your results. So make sure you are here for that. But now, in the meantime, we're just a few minutes away from WKRG News 5 at 6. So you want to make sure your TV is turned on to WKRG. That way you can catch up on all of your local news and catch up with our amazing team and see what they have for you. Guys, as always, it's such a pleasure to join you for WKRG News 5 Now. Catch you next time.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips.